Hello, fellow classmates. My name is Dina Murray, but I go by Dina. I'm completing this video to express some professional dispositions. I'd like to start with the self-assessment worksheet. That was a tad bit difficult for me to complete. My first thought is that I had pretty even rankings on all of them. And then as I went through, I thought about little situations that I could possibly improve on and gone from there. Overall, I scored myself a 10 for compassion. I thought about all the kids I have come into contact with over the years and reflected on them. How I reacted in certain situations. Sometimes I've overreacted, but I'd rather do that than something happen that could have been avoided. I have opened my mind and realized that some situations with kids are not always their faults. Their home lives are not always the best, and they don't know any better. At first, I had a student who I worked with who had a behavior lesson plan. I was not prepared for him at all, but we worked together. I worked with the BOCES team and we came up with a plan for him. An overall look at my situation was working with a student who was in second grade at the time. Keep in mind, he was about the size of me. I'm 5'1", probably about 125 pounds at that time. He was in a special ed classroom. His reading and writing skills were at kindergarten level, and he would get angry when it was time for reading groups. He did pretty well in math, so we made that a game. He came from a home that taught him fight or flight, and he always would attract children that were not with good intentions. He also attacked children when he felt the slightest bit attacked himself. Once I was able to break him down and learn about what bothered him, what made him happy, and are some things that he liked, I was able to be there for him the best that I could. I was able to make him happy, and sometimes there was just those moments where we needed to have a hug because they do not know what that feels like. Some homes don't come from a loving family. Some homes don't have a mom and dad. Some families have both and they still just don't give you a hug. His family was one of those. That child taught me a lot. How to take a breath when you just want to give up. How to listen even if it's a silly argument over a lollipop. And then to teach them their manners. From a child who used to curse to the lunch lady. And when I say curse, I mean every word you could possibly think of over no more tater tots. To saying yes please and no thank you and have an amazing weekend. That was a great feeling of success. I would say I need to work on the high expectations. I say this because we all like to have our students succeed, but to lay out a set expectation for all of our children can become difficult. We can all agree that every student is different. With that being said, having a child master one tier of work way less than another student can be great for them, but not great if we're expecting everyone to be on the same level. For my high expectation, I would say I would have to break it down per child and go from there. All student educators should display professionalism in the school and outside of the school setting. They should also show effort into the community so all students and families see that their teacher truly cares about what is going on in the community. I will say to end my video with positive hopes, I'd like to go by a saying that no matter what you do today, you can always do better tomorrow. Your students can always grow from any situation of the day. They can reflect. And like us being educators, future educators, we should be able to reflect on that.